Hello. My name is Eren Serin, and I'm a student at Sinav College in Buca. And today I will be talking to you guys about EMUN and my personal experiences with it. But first of all, I actually need to explain what EMUN is. So EMUN is basically a conference or a kind of a debate competition that we have in all around Turkey. So what EMUN is that we generally get assigned to a certain country, and we generally get assigned to a random topic. And for this topic and for this country, we actually have a like 2 weeks of a preparation time, and during this time we actually try to study and research all of the information we can find on the internet about our country and about the politics of this issue. But one of the reasons why I like EMUN so much is that it's because of my story and my personal experiences with it. So I actually started EMUN at 7th grade, which is extremely early considering other EMUN veterans, because a lot of EMUN veterans and people who are in this sector actually start at the start or freshman of the high school. And I remember my first time. I was a 13-year-old boy who was extremely insecure about his English and insecure about him as well. Actually, before I started EMUN, I literally had social anxiety, and I remember having panic attacks during while I gave speeches. So EMUN is one of the reasons that I have such a great confidence in myself right now, and I believe that it impacted my English in a very important way. I don't believe that I will have my current level of English without EMUN. And the thing is, a lot of people assume that EMUN is a boring activity, which is completely not true. EMUN itself has a lot of parties and social activities that you cannot access in other organizations and in other hobbies. EMUN itself is also extremely funny because when it's come to the EMUN, a lot of people are first timer as well. So because of this, the committees and generally during the duration of this competition, the EMUN itself becomes very beginner friendly, and it becomes the committee becomes so warm for a lot of new students. But the thing is, when I started EMUN, this actually wasn't the case for me. I remember my first time, I believe it was 2018, and at that time there weren't any conferences in Izmir as well. I remember looking up the EMUN calendars, and there were 3 conferences in entire Izmir during a year, which is extremely bad, and extremely restricted compared to what we have now. So one day my English teacher came to me and said, "Hey Eren, there's a competition that is called EMUN." But he said that I personally don't know what it is. I don't know the rules, but I need a student who can speak. And I know that you're a little insecure in the class, but in the exams you have a very high level of English. And I know that you're into Turkish debate and you have medals on the Turkish debate. And it will be so important for me to you to join this event. And I was like, okay, sure, but still I was extremely insecure about myself, because for those who don't know, EMUN is all about public speaking, and at that time my public speaking skills were extremely awful, and I remember literally sweating and losing 5 kilograms just talking in front of a big crowd and a lot of people. So because of this, I was extremely concerned, and the unfortunate thing for us, in high school, a lot of teachers, and our teachers included, have experiences, and they generally know the rules of the EMUN. For my case, that wasn't the situation. When I first started EMUN, I literally know nothing. I literally had no idea what the process is. So, but the lucky thing was the chairboard and the person who was responsible of this committee was such a great friend and mentor figure for mine. We were actually at the same school, and one day he came to me "Hey, you're a delegate in my conference and my committee, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." So just out of nowhere, this like 12th grade high school student who is like a big trouble in his lessons and needs to study for his exam comes to me for 2 hours, waste his time and teaches me how to MN. And that point, I actually like that point changed something in me because it created a sense of like that created some kind of a superhero instinct for me, if the term is needed, because that was such a kind of overall amazing thing that he was done, and that actually inspired me to teach people Imran and the things that I know in order to help them, in order to make them smile. So after that, I attended my conference. I remember like wearing a suit in first time of my life. It was extremely uncomfortable, and it was definitely not good for my confidence as well. But surprisingly enough, I managed to get a Best Delegate Award in my first conference by convincing fashion, which is extremely unheard of for a first timer and for a like 13-year-old boy. Because when I attended that conference, they had like 11th and 12th graders in that committee, and the thing is, when you look at us physically, it was extremely hilarious. There was one guy with 12th grade who was in like muscles, who was a professional bodybuilder, and there I was like a 13-year-old skinny white boy with extremely low confidence. So what I'm trying to say is that MUN itself and this journey has extremely beneficial for me. But the main lesson that I think you should guys take as a delegate and as a student as well, you always try to challenge yourself and you always go into these challenges and try your luck. It doesn't matter your confidence, your confidence actually matters, but your current confidence when you're coming to the event doesn't matter. Your level of English is important, but it's not exactly the defining factor. So I will highly suggest you guys to take place in MUN conferences and use and take challenges like this in your daily life. Thank you.